Hi guys, welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two away games against Bradford Park Avenue and Marsk United. And as you can see, we've dropped down to 8th place. We have got games in hand over all the teams that are above us, so we are still in a decent position. But recent form has been abysmal. We have managed to pick up a couple of wins in our last couple of games, but following that defeat in the derby against FC United and the FA Trophy defeat against Nuneaton Borough, obviously, with only one win in six at that point, we then lost our following two league games. We managed to turn it around a little bit with a draw against Staley Bridge, but since then, we beat Chorley 1-0 in the Integral League Cup third round, and we beat Warrington Rylands by 2-0 with 10 men, and it was still 0-0 as well when we did lose that man. So we did really well to come out with a win in there. But going into these two away games, potentially a tough couple of matches. Bradford Park Avenue and Marsk both sat in and around that bottom part of the table, but we've lost against Lancaster recently, we've lost against FC United recently, and they're in the relegation zone. So we've got to be on point, and I just hope that we can be reasonably creative and convert our chances as well. We've got McGee in goal with Matthew, Furtado, O'Connor and Keeling at the back, Raymond Williams and Yusuf in the midfield with Mamiego, Norton and McCarthy as our front three. Jack O'Connor, by the way, really turned out to be a bit of a revelation. He is really settling into the side. It's supposed to be an emergency backup, of course, but he has really settled in at centre-back in recent weeks, and he is improving as a player as well. So, despite him being 26 years old, he is settling in extremely well to the way that we play. So, going into today's game, we have got a little bit of a run going for us in the last couple of matches. Hopefully, we can continue that. Bradford Park Avenue have lost their last 4 matches, as we just saw there. So, hopefully, we can compound that misery a little bit and continue with our slight improvement in form after that horrible run within that previous 7 games. Here is Brennan for Bradford, looking to get the cross in potentially. It's a good block and Raymond clears, but Agaman completely free. Considering we're playing the Gegenpress, at times our players aren't doing a lot of pressing, so it is a bit of a concern as Agaman swings it in and Brennan was there and McGee didn't even try and get to it. Um, he must have had a sixth sense. The goal was disallowed for offside. But so far, it's all Bradford in relation to the highlights. We look to get it away here, and Scott McCarthy picks it up, charges forward, finds Darren Norton. We've got loads of potential attacking options, and Norton left it a bit too late. But Scott McCarthy still with the chance, gets the cross in. Mamiego's there. He was the man that was free throughout the whole move, Mamiego, and it's fallen for him with a bit of fortune, to be honest. The ball across from McCarthy did take a slight deflection, but obviously being back to winning ways has settled the confidence. Sam Wright was a bit of a cause for a morale dip with the whole squad. He was our captain. We've ended up selling him for £1,000, and instantly all the morale of the players went skyrocketing up. So he clearly was a bit of a problem, unfortunately, and bit of a strange one since we've got rid of him. We've returned to winning football matches. So potentially it was something that I was missing, but we seem to have settled back into a rhythm. And that was a brilliant ball in from Jaden Matthew from this left-hand side. Darren Norton controlled it on his chest and then just knocked it into the corner. What a lovely goal that was. Jaden Matthew with the throw. Mamiego just knocked it back to him a first time half-volley cross, and Norton, very, very good composure from him, controlling it on his chest, as I was saying, and just knocked it in to that bottom corner. And we now have a 2-goal lead here, and we're looking quite good. Yusuf here with the ball forward. Scott McCarthy couldn't quite get onto it, but Darren Norton picks it up again. Charges inside, gets the strike away. It's a heavy deflection, but we do have a corner. And we've looked very dangerous from corners recently. We haven't scored, but we've been getting a number of chances cleared off the line. And there is another good effort. Furtado won the header, glanced it toward the back post. He didn't get it on target, but Jack O'Connor I mentioned him before kickoff, didn't I? He really is settling into the side. He was there to knock it in. And we have a 3-goal lead. It's certainly one of the best goal scoring performances we've had for quite some time. And a lot of reasons to be positive here. We've started to get clean sheets again as well. The cup tie we won by goal to nil, and then the last league game 2-0 as well. So we're starting to just get into our rhythm again, and hopefully we can just get a bit of a recovery on the go. Because with the number of matches we lost, we should be quite a way down, in my opinion. But we're still within touching distance of even first place, and it's a very tightly contested league. As was the lower league that we were in last season, it ended up being extremely close going toward the end of the campaign, and we could be in a position where we might still be challenging even at that point as well. So a lot of reasons to be positive. We've just got to try and maintain. McGee into O'Connor. Just holding on to it here. Lofts it forward, looking for Scott McCarthy, who's not really looked like scoring himself today, to be fair. Agamang over the top into Debanovic. Good effort from him, but it's quite a way over the crossbar. And I think we'll just make a few changes now. A lot of players struggling for fitness today. Jack Bates can come on at right back for our new captain, Jason Keeling. He was vice captain previous to that, but we've made him our permanent captain now. We'll get Akil Raymond off for Kai Payne. And I think, to be fair, Town Row can also come on. Jack Williams is looking all right. Yusuf can come off for him. And hopefully that will just allow us to see out these last 10 minutes or so. Bradford have had 10 attempts at goal, none on target. So options up front, certainly, well, I say up front, out wide as well, certainly seem to be doing the damage today. All of our, well, both our wingers have scored and a centre back. So we've done extremely well, good range of goal scorers, and McCarthy with an assist as well. So the front three playing well, and the back four absolutely outstanding. And 8 for Matthew with an assist, Furtado with an assist as well, and at 8.1, and O'Connor with the goal. McGee with the clean sheet. Very, very good stuff. So we've only got a couple of days to go until the Marsk United game. In fact, it's another midweek fixture. And originally we were coming back for that cup tie against Charlie, weren't we? But I think it was 3 of the 5 or 6 league games that we were going to have in that spell before that cup tie, they all got moved. So it ended up that we missed it out for today's episode. But looking at that, 2 games in hand over Charlie and Warrington. We're not quite in touching distance of Warrington, but we're not too far behind. We've actually got 3 games in hand over Gainsborough, and we're only 3 points behind them. But our goal difference is what is the most impressive part of all this. Despite all of those defeats, we only lost them by the odd goal, so it's not affected us in that manner too much. But considering, as I've mentioned many times already, we were one of the favourites for relegation this season. We are defying all odds and expectations, and I've just got to check myself sometimes and remember that that's where we're expected to finish. And the fact that we're doing as well as we are is a big, big bonus. So just bear with me. We've got a couple of days to go to the Marsk United game. We'll come back for it, and hopefully we can get another good result in tow and continue this much improved form. Okay then, guys, here we go. We're away again. This time it's Marsk United, as mentioned before. Something I forgot to mention previously, we've broken our attendance record, which was that FC United game, as we mentioned before. Gate receipts are through the roof from that particular game, and attendance is so hit and miss. It's so aggravating at the moment. That FC United game, we got brought in at 1,600 fans. Since then, we've barely brought in half. Well, we haven't even brought half of that in to one of the other matches. Um, Something that we need to keep an eye on, though, is in our reserves, he's actually currently out on loan. And Peter Gilmartin has been capped at under 18 level for Scotland now. So he's certainly a player that we're going to have to keep an eye on. He's only 1 star of current ability, and everything about him doesn't look great. If we have better facilities, he might improve quite a bit more. But the fact that he's getting capped at under 18 level, he's certainly one to keep an eye on. If not in relation to playing him ourselves, certainly for a resale value. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. So going into this game away, we've got McGee in goal, Matthew, Furtado, Adewoju and Bates at the back, Gascoigne, Raymond and Payne in the midfield three with Mamiego, Yusuf and McCarthy as the front three. We are rotating a little bit more than I was doing previously, and I think it certainly seems to be helping the side settle into a bit more of a rhythm. The extra game time for some of the reserve players is keeping them sharper as well, I think. So hopefully we can continue in this manner. We want to do that. And here we go. Away against Marsk United, as mentioned. We will see what happens. Hopefully we can get another win under our belts, continue this decent run. And yeah, we're looking to push up the table again, aren't we? And if we can maintain even a playoff push should be remarkable achievement. It's the first. I mean, last season we were in a league that Maine Road had never played in, and we managed to go on and win it. So any position that's not relegation in this league is a great achievement. So Bates with a delivery in, it got cleared away. Mamiego delivers it back in, and Yusuf off the post and the other post now. Somehow he's not managed to put it in. It remains 0-0. Yusuf hitting both posts with 2 attempts there. Should have been a goal. Mamiego with the resulting corner swings it in. And again, it was toward Yusuf. Roxburgh doing extremely well and making the claiming goal for Marsk. Need to keep an eye on a couple of the other games. Warrington, the league leaders, are away against FC United today. And Macclesfield are 3-0 up against bottom club Curzon Ashton. A hat-trick for Cooper there. Going into half-time, we've played really well, I think. It's just been a little bit unlucky that we've not managed to get a finish. And just like the lads know, we're doing well to get the attempts away at goal, and we are. We're playing extremely well. We've had a number of attempts on target, and the opposition haven't looked like scoring either. So that is another advantage. Raymond, that's a lovely pass. And McCarthy picks it up. He's been forced out wide, though. He tried to play it in, and Mamiego didn't read it. Gascoigne lofts it into the penalty area, and Roxburgh claims it well. Gascoigne, incidentally, was the man who got sent off in the other league game that I told you about earlier. He is back in the side today, and Furtado clearing well. Yusuf knocks it down to Kai Payne. Back into Yusuf again. The versatility of Yusuf, by the way, has been fantastic for us this season. Here's Scott McCarthy, chance to get it across, and there's Mamiego. Good turn of pace from him. Remember, he didn't score at all last season. It's his 7th goal of the campaign already this season, and we're not even halfway through yet. He has had a very good season. And at one point, I nearly didn't sign him on for the extra year, but he has certainly proven his doubter in myself quite wrong. And Scott McCarthy as a supposedly emergency backup, same as Jack O'Connor, the centre back, certainly establishing himself as a key player for us this season. Here is Brockbank into Cunningham, lofts it forward looking for Rowe. Good header from Adewoju. Atkinson picks it up now, knocks it back into Cunningham. Now Brockbank. Plays it down the left-hand side. Adewoju's missed his header. And now McKinney. Good save by McGee, but Rowe was there to just get the tap in. It's their first shot on target. And unfortunately, we've been immediately pet back here. A little bit against, well, very much against the run of play overall, but they have started to pick it up in this second half, the opposition. So we need to pick it up ourselves. We should have done a little bit better in holding on to the lead. But we look to build again. Jaden Matthew into Mamiego. Now Gascoigne swings it in. And Roxburgh again with a really good claim. He has done really well in the air with his aerial ability today, the goalkeeper. Lofts it forward looking for Danny Rowe. Adewoju struggling to get onto him. And that is a brilliant finish from Danny Rowe. Adewoju was absolutely shocking there. And he shouldn't have been beaten. We're going to take him off for that. That was extremely poor from him. Jack Williams can come on as well for Raymond. And I think we'll get Jaden Matthew off as well. He's had a poor game. We'll get our captain Keeling on as well. Here is Mamiego straight away at the other end. Swings it in, looking for Scott McCarthy. And again, the goalkeeper making a very convincing claim. And he delivers it forward again, looking over the top Furtado does manage to win the header. Kai Payne just getting a foot in there. Gascoigne into Raymond. Into Gascoigne again. Now Kai Payne. Into Yusuf. Gascoigne. Again, a poor pass from the midfield, but he manages to get it back and he lofts it forward. Yusuf couldn't get there, but McCarthy does. And again, Roxburgh is there. He is having a very good game, the goalkeeper, today. We're going to demand more, and hopefully we can get at least an equaliser in this game. We've certainly deserved it, but, I mean, Marsk are fighting for it. They really are. I mean, that Rowe's second goal was outstanding. There's no doubt about it, but such a big defensive error. Here is Yusuf. Can he get a cross in? Makes a good turn, plays it in, and it's in behind McCarthy and Mamiego, but he picks it up, finds Keeling, and now Gascoigne got brought down on the edge of the penalty area. And despite the striker goal from Williams, it is a free kick. And Jack Williams with an opportunity. Swings in the free kick. It's a good strike, and again, Roxburgh is there to make the save. What a performance from their goalkeeper. I mean, you've just got to hold your hands up sometimes, haven't you? I mean, he has been outstanding in goal for them today. And Jack O'Connor just picks it up and finds McGee. Into Furtado. Now Williams, looking over the top. Mamiego's in behind Newby. Very poor touch, though, from the winger. And Marsk pick it up again with McKinney. Now Atkinson, it's a poor ball. And O'Connor comfortably wins the header. And Keeling into Furtado. Now Kai Payne. Lofts it forward. Now Yusuf swings it in. Scott McCarthy over the crossbar. He was just stretching for it a little bit. We're going to just demand a little bit more. Can we find an equaliser? We deserve it so much. And I think it's going to end in defeat here today. We don't deserve to be beaten. But saying that, I think, as I've said before, their goalkeeper doesn't deserve to be on a losing side either. Atkinson here to Bojan, looking over the top, and Furtado's completely missed it. I know Rote was there, and O'Connor won the ball, but he's brought the man down. And Danny Rowe scores his hat-trick from the penalty spot. He'd only scored 2 goals before today. I think that is extremely harsh, to be honest. We haven't deserved that at all today, but I think defensively, the second goal especially, we were poor. It was a brilliant finish from Danny Rowe nonetheless, but that wasn't ideal, and we just couldn't find the goals. Very disappointed in that one. And we have to look to build again after another disappointing defeat overall. I mean, we're still sat in 6th place. Marsk, I mean, to be fair, they're only 5 points behind us and they're sat 13th. It's so close in that mid-table area. Very disappointing defeat. And, yeah, we're going to have to really start to tighten things down a little bit. I mean, we'll just have a quick look at Danny Rowe. Where's his name? There he is. I mean, he's 37. He is a top level striker at this level, despite his lack of pace, etc. He is a very good striker at this level. It says he's only 2-star, but that's just because of his age. He's a very good player. And he put us to the sword, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And Furtado and Jaden Matthew are now going to be out because of yellow cards for the next game at home against Hyde, which to me is another bit of a derby game because I used to only live about 10 minutes from Hyde, so very much a local game where I'm concerned. We're going to get a number of games under our belts again. I was debating doing the Buxton League game there, but I think what we'll do, we'll get 6 league games out of the way and we'll do Marine away and Buxton at home in the Cup. I think that is certainly something to focus in on now for this season. And obviously, got a lot of games still to go, but hopefully we can certainly be competitive in the meantime. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.